Welcome everybody to Grapplefuck. We are covering the co-main event on from Saturday night. Main event being RDA against Felder. It's Abdul Razak Alhassan. He's back after I think 2 or 3 months. He fought 2 or 3 months ago on Yaz Island. I think closer to 3 months. He's fighting Khaos Williams. Seen his name as Chaos on some sites, Kalen on other sites. Nickname is the Ox Fighter, but let's go with Khaos. So Abdul's got a record of 10-2. I think Khaos got a record of 10-1. That's incorrect. Ghana, United States, although I think Abdul was born in the United States as well. He's given up 2 inches in height, and he's given up 4 inches in reach, which is quite a lot. 2 inches in leg reach. Abdul hits like a fucking truck, so he's got 100% KOs. Average fight time is very low. Khaos has got a split of wins. Looks like he's got a sub in there as well, 1 sub. His average fight time is 27 seconds because it's been skewed by his first fight in the UFC. Significant strikes, 22. What the fuck? That's obviously been skewed by his annihilation of who did he knock out in
Alex Morono.
He knocked out a quite experienced fighter, didn't he?
Yeah, Morono,
yeah. I'm not sure how it's 22 though.
Well, if the fight lasts for say a minute and you're landing
But it didn't.
22,
It lost 30 seconds.
Well, if you're landing 22 strikes in that 30 seconds, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, good point. Yeah, so these stats, wouldn't read too much into it, but I mean, predominantly from the fights I've seen of his, he's a striker. He has power. He's not the most technical. I think his name is a good description of how he fights. It's quite chaotic at times. However, he is very quick, and he does have a lot of power. And Abdul, of course, also has a lot of power. Grappling, I mean, to be honest, I haven't really seen much grappling from both of them. We've got some stats here for Abdul. Takedown defense is okay-ish, but I mean, Abdul throughout his career has just mainly KO'd people in round 1. I think he went 3 rounds with Amari Ahmedov, who's up at middleweight now. Who's a big boy, and he lost a very close split decision to him. And then in his last fight, he had been out for 2 years. He had some legal issues outside the UFC, so he wasn't fully focused, and he fought a really, really good kickboxer / Muay Thai fighter, and he lost the decision. But yeah, so how do you see this, Andrew?
I see this being primarily a stand-up fight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Alhassan doesn't want any of it on the ground. He's got very poor takedown defense, despite being an Olympic judoka, apparently. I haven't seen any of his judo in any of his fights.
Who's this?
Alhassan is a
really
judo Olympian, apparently.
Wow, I did not know that. He doesn't show it.
Not at all, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. I have seen Khaos Williams get takedowns in the regional scene. Doesn't seem to do anything with them, so we'll get the takedown, end up in half guard, do some half-hearted ground and pound. I haven't seen him attack submissions. I've seen him get caught in submissions when he's in somebody's guard after having got the takedown. So I don't think either of them will really want to get this to the ground, unless perhaps Khaos Williams is desperate, and he feels as though he has to. But let's break down Abdul Razak Hassan's strengths. He's massively explosive. That fast twitch muscle fiber means his hands are extremely quick. He can close the distance really quickly. He sort of just bounces in and out of range really quickly. As you said, monster KO power. Everything he throws hurts. Everything.
Yeah.
It's relatively simplistic as striking. You're not seeing much slips, countering, head movements. There's no footwork. I have seen some feints in his more recent fights, but it's typically pretty straightforward boxing. And when you've got
Yeah.
when you're that explosive and you're that powerful, fine, you can get away with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Khaos Williams. Now this is where it gets interesting. If you look at Khaos Williams' first fight in the UFC against Alex Morono, his first and only fight, you think, fuck me, that guy is an absolute monster. I mean, what he did to Alex Morono was spectacular.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way he did it, it's the same way that he finishes all of his fights. And you've probably picked up on this. And it's the way he strikes is he closes the distance with his head up. It's his head forward, his chin up.
Yeah.
And he just goes like this.
Yeah, haymakers.
Yeah, it's just haymaker, haymaker, haymaker. And all of this is exposed. Now, clearly you can get away with that in the organizations he's been fighting in. You can't get away with that in the UFC. Somebody's going to make it.
Especially not against Abdul.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Abdul Razak Alhassan is the kind of guy who's going to make you pay for that badly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Khaos Williams' strengths, I guess KO power. He can go 3 rounds without being too tired.
Got a chin as well.
Yeah, he's never been knocked out, has he?
No, they've both never been knocked out. They've both got very good chins.
Yeah. So, I mean, my problem with Khaos Williams is, at times Khaos Williams he's got some footwork. He'll kind of feint the jab, and at moments, he'll look like a boxer, but he never follows up on the feints on the jab. He never uses a jab to set anything up. His only attack is just this, and he'll throw this hand and drop this hand. Then he'll throw this hand, then drop this hand.
Yeah, I actually think out the two, Abdul's probably more technical in terms of he throws straight punches. He can get wild too, but he throws. I'd say he's slightly more technical than Khaos in his striking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I said, he doesn't do the slips, he doesn't do the footwork, but his boxing.
But the punching is technical. Yeah, and very powerful.
It's crisp, right?
Yeah.
And he's precise, particularly in when things get wild up close, and you're swinging in the phone booth rather. He lands uppercuts up close, he lands these big massive shots that land. It's a bit like in Ngannou. He just finds ways to land these big shots. So there's a precision there that Khaos Williams isn't even close to having.
But Khaos Williams also has KO power and explosivity. But I mean, another factor is that Abdul's just fought way better opposition than him. Like the CVs are just completely different. In that Abdul's fought in the UFC for a while now. He's had a split decision with a guy who's been on a five fight win streak at middleweight and welterweight. He's KO'd Nico Price, right?
Yep.
He's beaten some good people, and even in his last fight, he wasn't okay. I wouldn't say he got fucked up. He was still in the fight, but he just got beaten by a way more technical fighter. Like that guy's technique is, like that guy's going to be a problem for most people.
That guy's a very high level fighter.
Yeah.
And that fight was interesting because Alhassan didn't quite rock him, but he had him against the cage early on in the first round, landing those big bombs, but most of them were blocked.
Exactly. He was rolling. He was keeping that Muay Thai guard very high, and he was rolling with his punches. Whereas I don't think Khaos. I mean, that sounds simple to do, but when in a UFC fight, that's incredibly difficult. In any fight, that's incredibly difficult.
When you're doing this and you're kind of seeing the punches coming and you're moving, that's really hard.
And then sorry, carry on.
Of course, Abdul Razak Alhassan's problem is that he's throwing everything into those shots, trying to put him away, and he's expending all of his energy trying to do that. So in that fight, he tried so hard to put him away, and then he's knackered. That's it.
And you can't blame him because there wasn't much tape on that guy, and Abdul's done that to so many people before him. So he probably thought, I've beaten people like Nico Price in the first round. This guy's a debutant. He's not going to be able to hang with me. But that guy had a chin as well, because he did cop him a few times. That's his name, Munir Lazez. He's got a good chin too. Abdul hit him a few times and he just took it. But that guy, like, I know we shouldn't do MMA math, but if you compare that guy to Khaos, it's night and day. The guy was so technical. Everything he was doing was right. His kicks were right. The way he was throwing that elbow out was right. Everything was correct with precision.
Yeah.
It's completely different fighters. Khaos is nowhere near that technical. However, he does have KO power, and obviously he's riding high at the moment, very confident. So it'll be an interesting one. I mean, this could be a very, very explosive fight, and I would be very surprised if this went the distance.
Yeah, it certainly will be explosive. Obviously, Alhassan is the favorite. There are two concerns I have for him. The second is what happens if Alhassan cannot finish Williams in the first round? Because that happened against Omari Akhmadov, it happened against Munir Lazez. They both went to decision and he lost the fight.
Yeah.
Alhassan is only getting worse as time goes on in the fight.
He's quite old, isn't he?
Round to finish it. That's it.
Yeah, he's quite old as well, I think. No. He's in his mid-30s, I believe. Khaos is a lot younger than him.
Yeah, Khaos is 26.
Yeah.
So there's that. If Williams' chin holds up in the first round and he sees a second round, the odds tip in favour of Williams, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also the cardio issue. Alhassan does not have good cardio. With all the explosivity, that fast twitch, muscle fibre, you pay the price with limited cardio.
Yeah, I think with the Munir Lazez fight, he'd been out for 2 years, so that played a massive factor in him, and he also missed weight. The weight cut was really bad for him. I think that had a massive impact on his cardio. I think in the Omari Akhmadov fight, he was tired, but he was still throwing in the third round. So I think Abdul on a full fight,
throwing, but
yeah,
the power's gone. It's like Conor McGregor. He still throws, but the power's gone.
Yeah, the power's gone. Yeah.
And there's one fight against what's his name? Humiz. He had two fights with the same guy. Anyway, in one of them, he finished him in the first round. And Hassan was so tired, he just collapsed on the ground out of exhaustion after only fighting for like 4 minutes.
Wow, he's carrying a lot of muscle, isn't he? That's the thing. Yeah. Well, how's Khaos's stamina? Because he's finished a lot of people in the first and second round too.
He's been to decision about 3 times, I think.
3 times.
I've seen one of those fights. He looks okay in the third round. He does slow down, but he's okay.
Yeah.
So those are the concerns I have, basically. If it goes out to the first round, and if Williams' chin holds up, then Alhassan might have problems. But for me, this fight is all about Khaos Williams doing this
and getting
Alhassan just doing this, and popping him in the face and killing him.
Yeah, that's what I think will happen. I don't think Khaos has the striking defense to fend off Abdul's attack.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't be doing this.
You can't.
You can't. You can't.
No, not against this dude. Not against most UFC fighters, but so let's get on to predictions. I think Abdul will KO him. I think Abdul will KO him early in the second. I'm going to go for something unusual here.
He doesn't KO people in the second round, though. Or has he? Let me have a look.
I don't think he has, but just want to be, just want to do something different.
Yeah, you want to be cool. Yeah.
I don't think he's ever KO'd anyone after the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say Alhassan KO first round.
First round.
And I think he's going to make Williams look pretty stupid. But
yeah, he could potentially KO him very quickly.
Yeah, but it has to happen in the first round. I'm not saying Hassan will lose the decision. It just his chances of winning if it goes out of the first round diminish significantly.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Let's have a look. What do you think the odds are for Judo Thunder?
Can't believe he's a judo Olympian.
Let me fact check that. I might be spreading fake news here.
You can still do that. Trump's in office for another 2 months. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fake news is still about, dude. That concept.
Yeah. So what do you think the odds are for Judo Thunder?
Oh, I'd say Abdul's a favourite here, even though he's coming off a loss. He's got a lot more experience in the UFC.
Yeah. All right. So Alhassan is a minus 250 favourite. Not bad odds, I don't think.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And Khaos Williams is, what is he? Khaos Williams is plus 188.
So what are you thinking? Risky come.
Risky come or the safe come?
Yeah, I was thinking safe possibly as well.
It would definitely be a safe come if Alhassan had better cardio. And if maybe Khaos Williams had a couple of knockout losses on his record. That would make.
Oh yeah, if he had a few knockout losses on his record, I would have definitely put, 100%.
Yeah. But I still think Alhassan is going to knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, I think Alhassan will knock him out. But yeah, that's it. Anything else?
I mean, I'm just surprised at how this guy's got so many victories when your boxing is so bad. Like,
what's
I say it's bad. I mean, clearly it's working. So what do I?
Yeah. Well, he is very quick.
Is he? I've seen him be in some fights. I've seen he is slower than his opponent. Like he is definitely slower.
He's slower than his what? Sorry, slower than his opponent.
In some fights, yeah, he's been slower. And I think Hassan is going to have a noticeable speed advantage here.
Oh yeah. From what I've seen from Khaos, he's pretty quick. But so is Alhassan. Who hits harder? You'd have to say Alhassan, I guess. 100% knockouts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to be, if he's going to be that wild against Alhassan, it could be a very early night. You can't play that game with this dude.
Yeah, that falls into Alhassan's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
up close, dirty, the violent swinging. Alhassan does a lot better in the chaos than Khaos does.
Even though chaos is called chaos, but he hasn't come up against this kind of chaos yet. This is a different league of chaos.
Yeah,
I'll stop saying chaos now. But with Alhassan, you've got to take him down and wear him out because his cardio shit, or do what Munir Lazez did and fight on the outside, keep your distance, cover up nicely. But even that's quite risky. For that, you have to be really high level to pull it off against this guy. I just don't think Khaos is either one of those skill sets.
Yeah, Khaos is not going to be slipping.
Yeah,
he's not going to be ducking. He's not going to be countering. and he's not going to be. I don't think if he covers up. Yeah, as you said, if you're going to be covering up like this, you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's a very difficult thing to do. If you're getting blasted with big shots and
yeah,
seeing them coming and rolling with them, that's a very hard thing to do. And I don't think Williams is going to do that. I think he's going to get fucked in the face by Judo Thunder.
yeah. And it takes one or two crosses from this dude, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be one cross and over if he lands clean. He's literally got that much power. He's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, there you go, folks. We've both got Abdul Razak Alhassan by knockout within the distance. He's, what is he, minus 220? Did you say, Andrew?
Sorry,
he's minus 250, I think it was, somewhere around there. So we're thinking either the
minus
safe
250, sorry, minus 250.
Minus 250. So we're thinking either the safe come or the risky come. Yeah, that's it. We'll be doing more fight picks very soon. Who else is on this card? I've forgotten now.
Reese McKee is on the card.
Oh yeah. We'll be covering Reese McKee, and then there's Safarov and Marquez, and there's a few other fights as well that we need to look into.
Yeah, there's another Brit from Cage Warriors, a decent grappler.
What's his name? Oh yeah, you mentioned this guy.
Tony Gravely.
Gravely,
yeah.
Gravely. So there's another Brit, Gravely.
There's Eric Anders.
Eric Anders is on this card. So
Brandon
yeah,
Allen
we'll have some fight picks coming soon. How did Gravely get to Las Vegas? He must have been there already, I'm assuming.
Good
or
point.
Can you still go? Can you still leave the country for?
This isn't Vegas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He must have been there already, or he's gone there illegally.
So we're not allowed to leave at all. But I guess this is his job, so maybe there may be a loophole or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Leon Edwards couldn't leave, but that's his job as well.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was probably there already then. Yeah, let's just go with that. We don't want to get the guy in trouble. He was there already. Okay, all right. We'll have more fight picks coming out soon. So please like the video, subscribe, and as always, leave any comments. We'll get back to you ASAP. Take care. Enjoy the upcoming fights and videos. Bye.